Okay, so one of the things that I remember growing up, those, they usually have them as monkeys and they depict them as hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. They can be many different statues. It doesn't have to be monkeys, it can be other animals or even people or clowns or you name it. Anyway, so that idea itself. So, as I've stated, that when you're a certain vibrational frequency, okay, you're going to pick up the signs and the synchronicities around you, whether subliminally or consciously being aware of these things. And when you're in a low vibrational state, your messages or whatever is coming in towards you are going to be a little bit more lower vibrational. They may not be pleasant even. And it depends what you want to take in and what you want to reject, or even what you're conditioned for. Because I know back in the day, I was conditioned to look for even now, I'm still trying to unlearn this. I was conditioned to look for worst case scenario. Even when I was having a good day or I said something positive, normally the retort or the response would be something negative, like, oh yeah, but so and so or this and this and whatever. It'd be switched to something negative. So like my brain was being taught by an adult or several adults to think negatively or worst case scenario. And the reason for that is usually for self-preservation, and it's usually so that you could see the negative already coming so you're prepared for it. However, that itself can be detrimental by thinking that way because our thoughts become things. And even I am realizing that I still have work to do to retrain my brain. So, going back to the whole idea of hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. When you're at a higher vibrational state, you're not going to be wanting to speak of negative things so much. Even myself, speaking about things that's happened to me in the past, or even just discussing certain current events and stuff like that. For me personally, this is obviously a journey, and I'm still obviously learning. Um, there's going to be moments where I'm still triggered by certain things that I have to work out as well, and all of this is being documented for purpose of that, for others as well that may be going through this so that they can maybe navigate around it. Okay. And because of that, I'm not going to always be talking about fucking rainbows. Okay. I'm not always going to be talking about positive things all the time, because some of the things that have gone left and left unsaid, some of the things that have been unspoken, or some of the things that have been left out that people don't conversate about, need to be spoken about. And unfortunately, I've decided and chosen myself to do that. I've chosen to speak about certain things that most people don't even want to touch upon. So, in that retrospect, there's going to be people that maybe come across my channel that think that I'm just, maybe I want attention, or obviously, we're all making videos to get attention for whatever subject matter we're posting about. That's the whole point. Anyways, and there's going to be other people that think that maybe I'm in a more negative victim mentality or mind state. However, I'm not a victim. I don't think myself to be a victim. I'm a survivor. And I know full well I'm a survivor, and that I'm also like a warrior. I just keep going. I keep plowing forward in my life and finding ways around whatever negative circumstances I'm being thrown at, as my lessons also come to me as I go through this whole healing journey as well. And when I talk about certain lower things, I don't talk about it in a state that it's going to be consuming for me, or that it's a trigger or sensitive topic for me. I talk about it to try to be informative the best I can, to try to do it without bias. It's not always easy. And to get the information across to people. So uh, there's going to be different opinions about what I talk about. Most people are just intrigued from what I'm learning, They come across my channel and they don't subscribe. They get the content, it gets into their brain, they think about it, and then they form their own opinion, which they should. And a lot of people that haven't heard some of the things that I'm talking about, or it hasn't been brought to light, or that maybe it's the first time they're hearing about something, um, they're going to be on the fence about it still. As most people would, learning something new or hearing something new or just hearing about something that's touchy and that everybody else is not reacting to or having an opinion on, so that they choose to also not react or have an opinion on it. So I have a lot of supporters that are kind. I do have people that do leave comments. I really do appreciate it. Even the nice comments. Keep in mind, this is not a dating site. So I appreciate the compliments. I take the compliments as I should, and I'm learning to believe them as I should. And to those that I've helped or inspired, or even, just got your brain going in a different, uh, down a different pathway, a fresh new way of thinking about something. Hopefully I have helped certain people even with their own traumas, or maybe what they're currently going through, if they're suffering anything right now, to make more sense of it just a little bit. If I've helped anybody in any way, awesome. Thank you to the people that have donated to me, whether it be energetically or just liking or subscribing. Thank you to the new subscribers that have joined on. Hello. You guys are awesome already. Can I say that? Because you're liking my stuff, you're liking my channel, or you just joined on because I caught your attention somehow, doing something a little bit different that maybe some other people are not so much doing right now. I have a feeling more and more people are going to start being more open about certain things, which is great. Because as a community, we can all be working through this together instead of fighting each other. That old stupid divide and conquer thing is still prevalent, and people have been using it still against us all, especially in a spiritual warfare kind of situation as well. And I don't think a lot of us were fully aware of what was really going on. So if I've helped you in any way, great. I do bitch a lot. I complain a lot about certain things, injustice, people gang stalking or coming up against me. As I said, I'm still documenting as well. So it's very important that I do that for my own safety and just to document. I'm not expecting anything out of this, but maybe a year from now, or maybe a couple years from now, I will get to go back on all this footage and I will see my process, because I already know from the very beginning when I first started how disoriented and confused I was, and my health, how bad it was back then, and how things have changed to now, and my current, living situation, and just my whole life already within about 2 years, it's been almost now, how much difference I could see from then to now. So I can only imagine what it's going to be like a year or so, or even more, continuing forward, what I can look back on. So this is good for me and good for other people, and definitely entertaining, I'm sure, to some. But I'm not afraid to express myself. If you've just started joining me, you will, if you're going back through my footage or any of the videos that I've posted, all the random things that I do post, I'm not afraid to express myself. I'm not afraid to try new things, to teach myself new things. We have an abundance of information accessible to us, and we are allowed to teach ourselves new stuff. The only thing I haven't really stuck to so far is the macrame. Tying knots was a little bit more tedious than I thought, and I used to love undoing knots when I was a child. Like any kind of wires or ropes or thread or anything, I used to love undoing knots. I was really good at it. But tying knots for macrame, I haven't stuck with it. But yeah, you could teach yourself anything. And so my channel, I do a lot of that. And the experiences I've been going through, it's like a roller coaster of emotion and what I'm learning. And there's times even my ego still gets in the way a bit. It's all a process. And I trust the divine universe. I trust myself. I love myself more than anything, more than I ever have, except maybe when I was a child originally. It's been a long time. And I gotta say, it's fulfilling. It's worth it to get reacquainted with your inner child and actually truly love yourself. So it can be a lonely journey as well if you do cut out a lot of people. And just realize that that's, a reality of it. Also, another thing, they did not tell me, when I was still in my karmic state, and, I look at people around me that were older than me back in the day, and I seen what they were going through. I had no idea it was going to be like this. I had no idea that it could possibly be this lonely. I had no idea what they meant when, if you don't settle down, have a kid, do the traditional stuff, and do the family or get married or any of that stuff, if you don't do that and you choose to go like a different route, what it actually is going to entail for you when you get into your, let's say, mid to late 30s or something like that, what it was actually going to be like. I had no freaking clue it was going to be like this. I know most people's lives are not going to be anything like mine and vice versa or whatever, but just the whole state itself, if you're not settling down or doing any of that traditional crap, I just had no clue. I had no clue it was going to be like this, but so yeah, thank you again to anybody that's watched any of my stuff. It's definitely what's the word? Eclectic. There's a little bit of everything on my channel. And again, to those who have donated, even $2, whatever you donate, it doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you. It does help. And it goes back into this channel. It goes back into my art and anything that I do for the whole idea of smart alternative muse art, my own wee little business and stuff like that. It really does help. I know a lot of people are struggling right now, and even offering something to somebody else, especially monetary or anything like that, or most people would call it a charity, but I don't. It's a donation. It's appreciation for what I do if I've helped you in any way. And thank you, because not everybody can do that right now. I myself used to do nothing but donate to people back in the day, and now I'm not so much doing that. So if it comes back to me, I'm really grateful. Thank you.